All right, guys, welcome back. This is I guess, a part two or a quick update on the storm Area 51. This is a video by Ewu Crew, Explore With Us. I love them. It's a father and daughter team. I love their channel. I've been watching them for years. I pray to God I do not get in trouble for using their video. But I really love them guys. If you haven't heard of them, please sub to their channel. They're amazing. And let's get into it.
For the last two videos, today we are going to answer them. And while we were researching, we uncovered some insane factual details about what's really happening inside Area 51 and why they are so determined to keep us and everybody else out.
First, we'll tell you guys everything we uncovered, and then we'll get straight into your questions. So make sure you watch this video until the very end. Thanks to you guys smashing the like button. We are going to be heading out to Area 51 to cover the Storm Area 51 event on September 20th.
And this is why I love them. I'm telling you, I so wish that I could go out there with them. Not out there to be hurt and destroyed, but to go out there and to just see, because I believe there are going to be some people that really try to do this.
Keep your eyes peeled for that video.
Also, don't forget to check out our new merch. Link is in the description, you guys, and it'll also be shown underneath the video.
Make sure you subscribe right now and hit the bell so when we do release our video covering the event, you do not miss it.
Now let's get into what we've dug up.
So we went over all of your questions, and one was asked overwhelmingly, what are they really hiding in Area 51? And what's so important in there that the Air Force is issuing a warning that they stand ready to protect America and its assets in response to a Facebook event that's clearly a joke.
It's kind of interesting that the Air Force has come out so strongly against this joke, but maybe, who knows, it sounds like it's actually going to happen. At least I think it's going to happen.
Yeah, it sounds like it's going to happen, and it's going to turn into kind of like a big party or something.
Yeah. Not the storm is going to happen, but it feels like what's going to happen is like it's going to be like a giant party out there in the desert, and for that, I hope that actually happens. I just hope nobody goes over
I hope that actually happens too. That's all I gotta say.
the base and gets killed.
So guys, the answer to what's inside there may very well be in this video, and something you weren't expecting at all.
At least I know I wasn't expecting this.
According to a former Area 51 worker employed during the 1980s, he compared the lifestyles of some base inhabitants to high rollers in Las Vegas at the government's expense.
That means your expense, guys, a taxpayer expense. We are paying for this. So according to this Area 51 employee, he said, quote, they used to serve frog legs, king crab, and filet mignon at no charge. They drank bottled water to the
That is not fair. I'm gonna say this. They have the best of everything. They have the best medicines. They are completely, to me, safe. And when I say they, the man. No charge on crab. No charge on steak. And we've got all these people out here on food stamps. People out here in the streets. Homeless. And this is the reason why I am anti-political.
tune of $50,000 a month. And that's kind of weird, $50,000 a month.
Yeah, why are they only drinking bottled water?
Yeah, that's
What's wrong with
really
the water
weird.
there? According to the former worker, some of the colonels, the highest field grade officer rank, had very extravagant tastes. According to him, one colonel had grapefruit flown in from Israel at $25 a piece and requested deliveries of canned tuna from South America that he estimated cost the government $26 per can.
Wow, in today's money,
I know y'all heard that. Y'all heard hey, guys, the people in the back. Y'all heard that, right? Y'all wake up.
that's probably like $100 per can of tuna. Meanwhile, according to the LA Times, Area 51 was more than a national security site. It was also an alleged crime scene. At least 2 good men may have died from what occurred there. They were not hurt by aliens, but by their own government.
During the 90s, a number of civilian workers who had gotten sick working at Area 51 filed a lawsuit that resulted in different outcomes for the different workers. They all claimed they had gotten sick from highly toxic, classified, hazardous materials being hauled in from California and burned in football field length burn pits every Wednesday. The main point of the lawsuit was to figure out what exactly the classified materials that were burned actually were so the workers could seek appropriate medical attention.
Very interesting it's coming from California, though. Think about that. California California has very, very strict environmental policies. During this lawsuit, a ton of information never revealed before was brought to light, including the Groom Lake Security Manual, guys, the Camo Dude Manual, that was submitted as evidence and was attempted to be seized by the government. So basically what this sounds like to me is like a giant mafia-run organization. Just think of like if the mafia had taken over.
They, them, the man is one of the biggest gangs in the world.
Our entire country, and they carved this little area out so they could run their nefarious activities there. So that's what I think this looks like.
So the reason they would want to keep everyone out of there, it's pretty apparent that they want to cover up all of the hazardous waste dumping so they can't get into any trouble.
Yeah, according to Fred Dunham, a former camo dude, quote, "My doctor told me this has a cut 20 years off my life. We could have been participating in genocide for all anybody knew. But when it came down to it, we were the ones being exterminated." That's pretty freaking brutal words.
So many of the civilian workers involved in the lawsuit believe that the Air Force officers resented their higher wages.
You know what's even more interesting is a lot of these people are ex-military, and they're like still bullying their ex-military so-called, brothers.
And this is what I don't like. You go, you serve, you stand up, you be proud, for your country. And the main people that hurt you are the top ones in the country.
In arms, right?
Yeah, exactly.
They're still bullying them and putting them in these areas where they literally can breathe in hazardous waste all freaking day.
Yeah, but it gets worse, guys.
Yeah, it gets a lot worse.
So the workers claim when they asked for protective gear, they were denied by the Air Force officers. The Air Force officers pointed at the gate and told them they could leave if they didn't like it. So it sounds like they tried to bring in gear to protect themselves, but the base security policy prevented them from bringing in any other protective gear.
So they're not able to protect themselves. They have no idea what type of chemicals or what they're breathing or what they're touching. We are so expendable. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Nobody's better than anybody, for one. But for those who think that you're untouchable because you have this and that, or you come from this type of family, everybody's touchable.
Besides gloves, and they had to freaking purchase the gloves themselves. They wouldn't even provide them gloves.
Yeah, they were really resentful that they made more money than them.
The health problems the workers then experienced were pretty brutal. They had skin that peeled off their faces. They had fish scales, which were hard membranes developing on their skin. And one worker even woke up with bloody pajamas from the fish scales. Then some experienced liver...
Fish scales. So you're trying to tell me whatever certain workers were doing in a certain area, whatever they were working with, caused them to have fish scales start forming on a human body.
Problems, lung problems, and some ended up dying prematurely.
Can you imagine waking up and you got this fish scales all over your body and they're bleeding and you can't figure out why and what chemical you have that's causing that, and next thing you know, they won't even freaking help you. These are the people you worked for, supposedly your friends that are working there.
Yeah, this caused the EPA to conduct their first ever inspection of Area 51, which is pretty crazy. This is their first ever inspection of Area 51.
It's been around a while too.
But then the Air Force refused to release the results. President Clinton backed this decision, and the workers were never able to know what hazardous material they were exposed to, so they were not...
Man, I actually like that man. Not saying he was the only, not saying he was good, not saying he was bad. I just had more hope for him. But the president can only do so much. He also has to answer to somebody. And who that somebody is, guys, I don't know. But my theory is the Illuminati.
Ever able to receive proper medical attention.
President Bill Clinton then issued a presidential determination declaring Area 51 exempt from environmental disclosure laws.
So basically they have no laws in Area 51 when it comes to how they're dealing with the hazardous
how
waste.
They're just dumping the waste is okay. That you can do whatever the heck you want out there. You can dump the waste any way you want to. I didn't know the president had that power that they could just make a declaration and say, okay, you no longer have to follow the...
Fast forward, the president obviously does have that power. If you look around what's going on today,
laws. It's kind of crazy if you ask me.
So who knows what they're doing today, because, I mean, they're completely exempt from anything concerning the environment. They can pretty much do whatever they want, and it's no wonder why they don't want anybody in there.
It would make more sense if the base would let people just take a tour once a month. But if they're doing all this shady stuff in there, and there's hazardous chemicals and all this stuff all over the place, no wonder why they wouldn't let anybody in there no matter what. It's weird that this base will not allow anybody to even tour the base.
Alright guys, now let's get into all of your questions, including answers about what exactly is inside Area 51, because while we were researching, we also dug up a ton of
If anybody does catch this video, if you don't mind the comment, beyond belief, what do you guys think is at Area 51?
information about what's inside.
So the first question comes from DV Outdoors. He asks, do you think any camo dudes have subbed to the EWU? Guys, we are 100% positive because we were contacted, and we're not going to say how we were contacted, but we were contacted by a camo dude who knew exactly where we were and the exact time, the one time we were out at Area 51. There's only one way he could have known exactly where we were at that time. He was the only person around. It was the camo dudes in that truck, and he knew it, and that's why we know for a fact that we have a camo dude that subs this channel. But we will never reveal his name.
Ray B asked, are the Area 51 workers allowed to have homes and families, like the ones who are around the secret stuff? Or do they have to live inside the base? Do you think that they have apartments inside Area 51? And my last question is, how can you get a job at Area 51?
Alright, the first question is very interesting, but we weren't able to find anything on this.
According to a 1994 article where a former Area 51 worker was interviewed, inside Area 51 is a dormitory complex where as many as 2,000 full-time residents live. Now note, this is from when they were working there in the 1980s.
1980s now. I was born in 1983. They had this back in the 1980s. Could you imagine what else has been built since the 1980s there on top of other bases we don't know about? And I'm not even trying to scare anybody or be funny or be too dramatic, but if they can build stuff that can hold up to 2,000 people, and we were to have something majorly happen, do you know that they're going to be able to have shelters, and we're going to be running around here running from zombies and whatever the hell they create? Or, you know, stay woke.
So who knows? More people might live there now full-time today. Maybe less people live there, but I would assume more.
Well, if you look at the base, it's definitely increased in size.
Yeah, so
that's for sure.
So if they're allowed to have families there, it'd be really interesting to know if the kids are allowed to have like internet access to cell phones, because
yeah, that'd be weird.
That would be weird.
I wouldn't let my family stay there for sugar iced tea. Sugar honey iced tea, excuse me. I spelt it wrong. Try not to cuss, and I spelt it wrong. I wouldn't bring my family there, and I sure in the hell wouldn't have my kids there. If I'm going to go, I'm going to go, and I'm going to deal with everything that comes to me alone. But I really, really, really hope people would not bring their families out there to expose them to everything that we just seen at the beginning of this video. You got to be crazy.
How would that work?
Yeah, so I would have to think that there's no families, it's just workers that live on the base. They must be single.
It sounds like at this point, most of the workers are employed by ACOM. Based on the information we found around the internet, most of the jobs are actually posted publicly, but there are some clues that it's Area 51, like it'll be near Las Vegas, but with a top secret clearance being required. Something that's really interesting, you guys, you could literally go and look at the job listings on the ACOM website if you're interested. Obviously, not all the jobs on there are going to be Area 51, because you also have Creech Air Force Base or Nellis. So pay special attention to some of the ones that require top secret clearance. Those are probably the ones. ACOM has posted a listing before for a Janet Jet flight attendant, and if you guys don't know what a Janet Jet is, it basically flies workers in and out of Area 51, and that garnered a lot of media attention because they were basically, advertising for an Area 51 worker.
Yeah, so that was posted all over the media. So we know ACOM is definitely a location where they do post some jobs for the base. Next question comes from John S.
John S. says, I would like to know how the government keeps track of people who worked at Area 51 with high clearance to make sure whatever secrets they were sworn to keep are kept. And what happens to those people who spill the beans on what they did at Area 51?
That's a good question, actually, and one that we actually dug up. According to a former camo dude named Fred Dunham, part of his contract was to sign a lifelong oath of silence and never disclose where he worked.
He did end.
You heard that, right? So what do you think would happen if you were to say anything? I don't care if you told your wife. They know. They probably have, things set up to where they can hear you. Hell, they can hear us now. They can hear us through our phones, our TVs, Alexa. Her ass be talking to people for no reason, and ain't nobody asked her to say anything, honey. We're bringing all this stuff into our homes, and I'm guilty of it too. And once I started researching Wi-Fi, and I'm digging into it right now, honestly, I'm about to go live in the woods, free from everything, because these electronics are another video, guys. I'm sorry. Let's get back to it.
Releasing a document as a part of his lawsuit because he was also affected by the hazardous materials being burned, and he showed that his employer's name was EG&G Special Projects Inc. On this document, they referred to Area 51 as Forward Area Nevada Test Site because this was before they even acknowledged that Area 51 existed.
Yeah, that's true. For a long time, they wouldn't even acknowledge it.
So I guess it was called Forward.
And that is a fact, because when I was growing up, they tried to say that place did not exist. On Unsolved Mysteries, brought it up. They were talking about seeing big hangars and, discs coming in and out, Black Hawk planes, technology beyond us. And then all of a sudden, oh, this place does exist. Guys, I don't trust nobody. It's hard to trust anybody. I mean, oh my goodness, America. But then around the world, you still got other people that work for these masses that still control people like puppets outside of this country. So is there anywhere safe?
According to the other lawsuit we mentioned earlier, Area 51 workers, non-camo dudes, can face up to 10 years in prison if they are caught disclosing anything about the base.
They're so carefully
10 years in prison, my theory is they'll be walking a green mile getting right for Jesus. They gonna walk that green mile.
screens that they're just not likely to ever do that ever.
Yeah, as for how they keep track, who knows? We don't know. We weren't able to find anything, but they probably have some creepy means to make sure they don't spill the beans.
Benjamin asked, why don't you park up to the
We have literally tried that a few times, but they won't let you get within a certain distance before they take off. If you start to go towards them, they leave. If they come towards you, they'll...
I'm not that brave. And that's why I love the world. And I have friends of all colors. And some of them are more extreme than the others. But my black butt,
only stop enough distance to where they can quickly turn around and cut if you try to go towards them.
You even walk towards them on foot while they're in their little car and while they're in their little truck, and they will just drive away. They don't like talking.
They can't talk, because look at the oath they signed. So they literally can't really talk to you, and the only time they're going to talk to you is if you cross that freaking line waiting for the sheriff.
Yeah, because think if they sign that oath and people are constantly trying to ask them questions, they're going to end up slipping up. It makes sense why they don't want to talk to anybody.
Yeah, they're not allowed to. So Nathaniel Stone asks, what do you think they are hiding in Area 51?
So they're probably hiding most likely
everything that we're not supposed to know. Diseases, cures, different type of beings. Anything that let me break it down this way. Anything that you think that does not exist, does exist. Any monster that you think could not exist, does exist. Anything that you think that could be fiction is actually fact at Area 51.
Came out in the lawsuit, except it might be even worse these days. Thanks to President Bill Clinton, who made them exempt from being under any scrutiny over damaging the environment. They could pretty much just do whatever the heck they want on there, and that's probably why they don't want anyone on there at all.
Yeah, they're definitely hiding classified hazardous waste and polluting the area like crazy. Like the whole state of Nevada is just getting dumped like a giant freaking waste pit, and nobody freaking cares.
And people would probably freak out if they found out, and that's probably why they're freaking out even over a Facebook joke.
And then people wonder why the hills have eyes. Check that movie out.
that's like, oh, we want to storm it, and they're like freaking out because if it happens, there could be some things you find that would freak you out.
They're also most likely hiding the high-ranking air officials' extravagant lifestyles on the government freaking dollar. That's your tax dollar. And yeah, I'm gonna harp on the tax dollar because we literally had a revolution because of the tax dollar. Don't forget the Boston Tea Party, guys. Don't forget your history.
As for what's actually on the base, as exposed to past workers, they have a huge nightclub that rivals the largest ones in Las Vegas.
Are you serious? It's a whole nother world there. The whole top of this planet could be wiped out by asteroids or, planet Nibiru. And these bastards are going to be down there eating freaking steak, great water from somewhere that's beautiful, that's never been touched by the hands of a human, probably brought by the angels of God somewhere. I am mad as hell.
A huge recreational center with an indoor pool, bowling alley, and a baseball field, and even more. So I'm guessing
we are paying for this. We are paying for this, and we don't even know what the hell we're paying for besides luxury. We're paying for this. Do y'all understand this? Seriously? I go to my little job every day. Don't make much after taxes, because taxes is the reason why they eating steak. Got they baseball field, swimming pool, bowling alley. Taxes. Stay woke.
Baseball field we covered in the last video, I'm guessing that's a recreation center right next to it.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
And back in the 1980s, they like ate like kings again. They had frog legs, king crab, and filet mignon at no charge. And sometimes they would all chip in to buy big ice coolers full of shrimp and have them specially shipped.
Everybody that knows me knows that I eat seafood. And if I could afford it, I would eat seafood every day for the rest of my life. That's why when my son gets older, I want to move somewhere out of this country where I can live off the land, do my own fishing, and my butt's going to be eating shrimp for free. And I'm going to drink water for free too, guys, because water's free.
Into the base, which makes me wonder, did that plane that like delivered the shrimp, did it even have clearance or what?
Didn't this plane also come all the way from Florida? So
the plane would come from
all the way from Florida and dropped off huge batches of shrimp.
On top of all of this, it seems the past workers who suffered health problems think that they were trying to freaking kill them.
Yeah, it makes sense, because you think about it. If they're dead, they can't talk.
Exactly.
So it basically shuts them up. I mean, that's as evil as that sounds.
Yeah, they just make the...
You guys, basically, this is about the end of the video. I'm sorry to cut it right here, but we watched 12 minutes, of a 15-minute video. But I was going to say, if you guys have ever heard of Bill Lazar, he was somebody that worked at Area 51, the place that didn't exist when I was a kid. Yeah. Y'all check him out. Google him. His name is Bill Lazar. He leaked a lot of things about Area 51. If it wasn't for that man and other ones, but he was listen, I am the way I am today. Thank you, Bill. Thank you, whistleblowers. Thank you, people with morals. Thank you, people that care about other people besides yourself. Some people signed up for stuff they didn't even realize they were signing up for. So I want to say thank you to all the ones that have signed up to this gang called The Man and have realized how big of a mess all of us are in. Don't matter if you're in the army or not. At the end of the day, guys, we are all expendable. And like I say, do not obey. Stay woke.